Hello viewers, and welcome to another video of Assetto Corsa. This time I'm back in the Formula Abarth and just preparing for a race start at Imola. A circuit I enjoy, and a circuit I always like to take a few runs in just as a benchmark for any given car or racing title. As we go down to turn 1, I'm racing up against the AI, and it was pointed out to me a couple of weeks ago that the AI had made improvements, and you can see here improving all the time, but it really depends on the car and track. You can still see there as the AI just tends to randomly slow down. It does cause these slight unavoidable instances at times, but you do get used to the points on the circuit where the AI is still a little bit slow. Let's just go through those opening chicane, closing up now on the group in front, and we'll try to make our way through this gaggle of cars over the coming laps. So I'm getting up on the outside. I just want to hold this if I can, keep as close as possible to him to minimise my line, and then that way I'll have some track position on the inside to this downhill section. So closing up, and now there's no way through. So we come through here, it's always one line. Don't try anything stupid. And now we come up to the chicane. Now the chicane's where I'm struggling at the moment, and I'm having to slow down quite a lot to get through here. And, you can see there the pack just pulls away a bit. I struggle a bit on grip. As we go down the hill and prepare to complete our first lap, last couple of corners. So Imola, great circuit. I'm playing here a bit of offline multiplayer. I haven't entirely got my head around the way the online multiplayer works yet. It's something I'm going to come back to. I'm going to speak to Kunos about that one. There's a couple of questions I have for them. Also, I've noticed since the update I've had a few issues, stability issues. If you restart the race, for example, it can crash the game at the moment. So obviously they're fixing all these little bits and pieces, and there's a few other issues with frame rate that sort of went off. You go into time trial mode, the game's run really smoothly. You go back into race and it works perfectly. So lots of little bits and pieces. As I overtake these cars now, so clearly someone up ahead made a mistake and that slowed them down. So slipping through there nicely. Let's do a slight touch with that one, but no problem. Again, it's just the AI being a little bit erratic, slowing down when you're actually on the power, and now settling back into that rhythm. This is a 5-lap race, and this is kind of a preparation, just getting back into some racing for my iRacing. I did my first iRace today in over 2 years, so it was a challenge. It was a challenge just getting back into iRacing, and I'm going to be showing that video on the channel in the next couple of days, and then hopefully doing a whole bunch more races and getting back into it. I'm not going to be winning any iRacing titles, but I just want to finish the race nice and clean if possible, and then see where the chips lie at the end of it. Certainly it's a war of attrition in some of these iRaces, it has to be said. So now I'm just taking it easy, slow through the chicane. You know, obviously for video purposes I don't want to be spinning out every time, and I just want to keep it nice and consistent. Be quick where I know I'm comfortable, and then where I'm not comfortable, simply be consistent. And that's where this lap is going. As I try and get on the power really quickly out that final corner. You can carry a lot of speed through there. Really nice feeling to it. And then I try to offer as little resistance to the wheel as possible. Coming down this nice long straight. Great force feedback on Assetto Corsa. Great feeling, especially compared to the F1. You may have seen the Ferrari I was driving, and that has a very heavy sort of feedback to it, not so subtle in terms of small things happening to the car. Enough for what you need for their physics engine and the way it's working, certainly, but you do get a lot more here, a lot more depth from Assetto Corsa. Visually I like it as well. This isn't running on maximum settings. There's still some optimization required there, no doubt. But either way, it still looks very nice and runs well on this rig. As we go up, and where are we now? We're on lap 3 of 5. I'm going to gradually close on these guys. I always like to close up as much as I can in the first half of the lap before I know I lose it through the chicane, and just try to minimise the damage in that section. So far then, Assetto Corsa has been a lot of fun. Obviously Project Cars, we've had a bunch of Project Cars videos as well. I love the day-night transition in that. iRacing is great, you know, I like the new tyre model, but I need to progress through the skipping before I can get to the Star Mazda, which is where I feel most comfortable. I like the new Star Mazda, and the new tyre model 5 feels great. Skippy for me is not my type of car. It's quite low on grip, and the sort of driving style of it's tricky. So a lot of people love it. It just isn't working for me, but I am enjoying it, has to be said. So there's more on that to come, of course, and elsewhere on the channel as well. We've got some more MXGP. I keep saying it, the MXGP is going to happen, and possibly some MotoGP soon as well. And then after that, also looking to cover more games on the channel. It does take time, obviously, jumping from game to game. You know, I like to show them at least being played with moderate skill, rather than simply jumping on and you know, simply being a noob every time. Saying that, the next video for Assetto Corsa will be me being a noob, driving Niki Lauda's Ferrari. I forget the exact name of it now in Assetto Corsa, and having a race with the AI around Monza. That's quite a tricky car, but I thought, you know, I would. Again, it was one of those occasions where I thought, no, there's some interesting elements when you see me learning, you know, when to change gear, you know, how to brake for the corners. It's a learning experience for that car. It's very different to the other cars. You know, despite the rear wheels, it doesn't have the grip you're kind of expecting. It doesn't hang on in there, and the rear wheels really are massive. You know, it makes you wonder how wheels that size could lose grip just so easily. But those cars were such a handful to drive, though at the same time are very enjoyable in the safety of my rig, which I'm enjoying immensely. I have to say, every game has that wonderful field of view. You have a slightly higher view than I have from my seating position, which positions the wheel exactly where it would be, and it really is a great feel to. Essentially, this is a little bit of a T-cam from just a very low T-cam just above my head. And as I close now up onto first place as we go into the final lap, just trying to keep as close as I can. Again, same as before, being quick where I'm quick and consistent where I'm slow. And the power quickly through there, nice and quick. Nice and smooth. I prefer to be a smoother driver rather than an aggressive one. I prefer to control the steering with the throttle. It's where I'm comfortable, as I narrowly avoid an impact. Very close, that one, very, very close. But just managed to react in time. I wish I could react like that in iRacing. Doesn't work for me, unfortunately, but that drama will appear on the channel in the coming days. And so now up we go on this final lap. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Of course, we've got the replay down there as well. Some really nice replay cams. And again, it's not running on the full visual settings, so there's more to get out of it. But certainly we've got a decent setup here with the triple screens. It's been good fun so far. So playing all these open wheel games, you know, and all-round racing games, you know, and simulations, it's been good fun exploring them all, seeing them all, some of them in triple screen for the first time. We'll be testing out all the new games. It's been put to me Grid Autosport. Hope to have some coverage on that soon. We still haven't been allowed to play it yet, but I'm hoping we will soon. At least not from a media perspective. We've not been allowed with media yet, so we're waiting for our media invite, and then once we have that, then we can get in there. But apparently there will be something coming up very soon. But that's it from me for now as we go around these final couple of corners. There'll be more from me very soon.